Tomorrow marks the beginning of Pride Month, which the governor will celebrate by raising the pride flag over the east wing of the Capitol. Inside the building, lawmakers are working on bills that would shape LGBTQ policy in Wisconsin. With more on those plans, political reporter Will Keneally. Will?
Eric, what we're seeing right now is a broad national push on the issue of trans athletes participating in women's sports, which reminds some politicians of the rhetoric around gay and lesbian people a few decades ago.
You know, this is their kind of issue du jour to scare people right now.
Congressman Mark Pocan says anti-trans legislation seems to be the conservative focus right now. In the last few weeks, Congress passed a bill making it harder for trans athletes to participate in women's sports. In Wisconsin, we haven't seen that come around this session yet. Last session, the Assembly passed 2 bills that would bar trans athletes from women's sports at the collegiate and K-12 level.
The legislation sets forth the opportunity to have male, female, and mixed teams. But people have to know what they're getting into.
The governor quickly shot those down as, quote, inappropriate. They ultimately failed in the state Senate. Now, we haven't seen those reintroduced this session yet, but Assembly Speaker Robin Vos says that he wants to see them passed again. On the Republican side as well, lawmakers this year voted to block a statewide ban on conversion therapy. The Evers administration created a rule to ban the practice, but the Republican-controlled legislature threw out that rule, leaving only local bans in place. On the Democratic side, Minority Leader Greta Neubauer has introduced a bill to block gay panic defenses, essentially preventing a defendant from making a not guilty by insanity defense for crimes they committed in response to someone being gay or trans.
Folks within the conservative movement throwing spaghetti on the wall, what can we use to scare people, you know, because that's how they always do best. And the one that kind of stuck for them was, oh, trans. Most people don't know someone who's trans.
Now, that Neubauer bill is currently waiting for a hearing. We also heard from the LGBTQ caucus in the state legislature, which expects to put forward an equality agenda package of legislation throughout this session.